When it comes to subdivision, people have a choice as to what type of subdivision to undertake. There's three key types. The first one's green title, that a lot of people know about and have heard about, also known as freehold land. So what that does is it creates land as per a normal green title or freehold parcel of land. It's obviously the more popular type because you're creating a whole new piece of land that can be sold off independently and there's no relationship to any other parcel of land. However, there are some really important aspects with green title that need to be understood and factored in up front. Things like the servicing, the sewer. Sewer is quite an important factor. Power, drainage, all of that needs to be factored because every new lot that you create in freehold needs to have its own main connection. So if the sewer is not in a good position, it can be very expensive to run that sewer to the new property. Same with topography. So if the site is on a bad slope or a bad angle, then that can be very costly in terms of retaining and stabilising that property. So it's very attractive to people because you're creating a freehold piece of land. Some people hold a lot more value in that. So you might be able to sell that property for a little bit more at the end. However, if it's going to cost you 3 times the amount to create that piece of land, it may not be the smartest option. The second type of subdivision is survey strata. It's basically a strata title with the ability to create vacant land. So you can basically create vacant land, sell vacant land, deal with that land on a strata title. A little bit different to green title because it is a strata plan, so the parent lot still exists. And in many cases, you have shared services. So there may be one sewer junction that all the properties connect into. You'll have one point of power supply. You'll have, your water supplies will be unique to that strata complex. So it's not a completely separate freehold, title. So there is a relationship to the other parcels of land. Survey strata can also involve, common property, so shared land. So there might be a driveway or a portion of land that is common to all of the other lots. In terms of restrictions, the survey strata and freehold, depending on how the project is designed, there can be a lot of similarities. One of the key differences would just be the shared services and the shared land, if there is any common property. One of the key benefits to survey strata is the planning regulations. You can actually relax a few of the planning regulations. So a property, let's say you want to subdivide a rear backyard, it may not be possible in a green title scenario because the land isn't big enough. If you design the subdivision as a survey strata and just massage some of the planning requirements, then you may be able to do it. There are some benefits in going down that path. The third type of subdivision is the built strata. Now, built strata is not very common, especially if you're creating vacant land. It hinges around the built form. So a built strata relates to the buildings that you're creating on the property. So for example, an apartment complex, it doesn't involve vacant land, so it must be subdivided as a built strata. It's a multi-tiered system. You can still do built stratas with your traditional duplex, triplex forms of development. People that want to build a portfolio by building homes and keeping those homes, built strata can be a very attractive path to go down. Built strata is quite different in terms of the process as well because it doesn't involve the WPC. It's purely dealt with the surveyor and the local authority. So you cut out that whole WPC process, that 90 days plus your conditional works, lodgement fees. There's quite a bit of time and money saved in going down a built strata path rather than a survey strata or a green title.